What is going on, guys? Dorko back again. I hope you are fantastic today, and I'm with...
Hey everyone, Razbowski here, and it's hype!
Yes, me and Raz are really hyped right now because, as you guys know or don't know, Scott has uploaded a brand new picture on his website, but it's not really brand new. He's just got rid of the hat on the teaser picture, what was on his website for about a month. Maybe longer than a month, actually, a month and a few weeks. It was just after Five Nights at Freddy's 3 he posted it, but now the hat has disappeared, and me and Raz just want to clarify our thoughts on what this could mean, and does it mean that it's going to be a Five Nights at Freddy's 4 coming our way?
Yeah, it's really exciting because, as you said, after... I think it was literally the night the game came out officially on Steam, he changed it from the It's All in Your Head, which had the Chica and the Foxy, didn't it, to the hat, and everybody was speculating on whether or not that was going to mean the end of the Five Nights at Freddy's games. Then the movie info came out earlier on this month, so everybody was like, is that meaning, was this teaser directed towards the film? But now the hat has disappeared. We're all thinking that this is leading on to Five Nights at Freddy's 4, which is pretty exciting.
Exactly. And just to clarify, folks, we both did brighten up the picture. Nothing else is in it, absolutely nothing. No. Also on the source code and stuff like that, there's absolutely nothing changed. It's still called hat when you save the picture as well. So nothing different apart from the hat being missing.
Yeah, it's all exactly the same as it was the other day when Scott updated it to show his official Twitter page.
Yeah, that's still there as well. Forgot to mention that. Nice. Yeah, so we're just going to talk about what we actually think the missing hat could mean. We've got a few ideas what we want to talk to you guys about. Do you want to go first or me?
Yeah, we'll go with ladies first and I'll go first. So we were having a little talk about it earlier on, but the one that I like the most is that each time, as each image comes up, what I would like to see personally is, you know how you got the hat there just now? Then the hat disappeared. But if you have a look at the right-hand side of the image, you know how the light is slightly purpler, slightly darker. Perhaps we will see some sort of image in that purple light in the future. Maybe Golden Freddy with a hat on, maybe just normal Freddy with a hat on. But I would like to see something there, something even more secretive. So it kind of looks like at first glance it's the same picture, but until you highlight it, you won't see anything. So I would like to see that hat being put to use some way or other.
Yeah, and the other idea as well, what we thought about, is that maybe a different item is going to be put on the spotlight. So we know that the hat represents Freddy. Maybe a cupcake might be there to represent Chica, or a guitar to represent Bonnie, just to clarify that it's not just going to be Freddy in the possible new game. It's going to be the other animatronics back again as well.
Definitely, because you've either got the microphone or the hat for Freddy, and then you've got the cupcake. So these are their symbol items, their iconic items. To see another one of them in place would definitely get the hype going as well. If you had a little bow tie for Bonnie or a cupcake or something, would be pretty exciting. Along with you were talking about, it could be sort of more like a metaphor as well, if you want to talk about that.
About the hat disappearing.
Yeah, and somebody going to work.
Yes, so someone actually helped me with this while I was streaming, and we actually thought, you know what, this could mean something. In an earlier video about the hat, I was actually talking about Scott finishing the game. He's taking his hat off, he's done with the game. But actually thinking about it, he's put his hat back on his head. He's back to work, folks. There's a lot of symbolism in a lot of films and cartoons. I don't know whether you've seen it before, where when somebody goes to work, they put the hat on. They put their hat back on. And then when they finish the work, they take it off. So it could represent that Scott is back to work, folks, doing another game, Five Nights at Freddy's 4.
I think that would be really nice because, as you said, like at the end of the day, you put your hat down or on your hat rack or whatever it is, and you go to bed. And then in the morning, the last thing you do when you leave the door to go to work is pop that hat back on. So he's got like his thinking cap on, his working attire is ready. He's getting himself pumped up for working on the next game, coding away furiously.
Yeah, and I think this is the most obvious one. Obviously, the hat represents Freddy. Some people were telling me before, like, oh, it could represent some of the other animatronics, but like we said, the hat symbolises Freddy more than anything, more than anybody. Like people were saying, it could be Purple Man taking the hat, but folks, why would he take the hat in the first place? There wouldn't be a reason why he'd do that. So we think that it's actually a Freddy character. We don't know which character yet. It could be Golden Freddy, it could be Fredbear, it could be one of the other Freddys from the past games. It could be any of the Freddys. And what we thought, folks, because in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, the hat is actually on the floor. It's not the same hat, but there's a hat on the floor where Freddy is. Freddy physically puts his hat back on when he's trying to get us, because you can see his hat's back on. It wouldn't just magically pop on back onto his head when he stands up. He'd have to physically pick it up, put it back on his head, and ready to go and get us. So we personally think that Freddy's picked up his hat and put it back on his head and is ready for a Five Nights at Freddy's 4.
Yeah, definitely. Again, that is like him going to work. When he's down, he's like decommissioned or whatever. He's not got his hat on, but then he pops it back on to go and do his booty stuffing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really interesting. It has to be Freddy. It has to be Freddy's hat. Yeah. Like it's like all the showmanship. He's the lead guy, the face of the Fazbear stuff, and it's his hat, and being in the spotlight. To have that removed now shows that something big is coming, and hopefully I would like to see more of Golden Freddy or Fredbear. They're two characters we hear a lot about without too much information, and they're obviously very, very iconic to the series. And if this is hinting towards Five Nights at Freddy's 4, then they're two characters that we kind of would love to know a lot more about story-wise.
Yes, one more thing, folks. A lot of people were saying that this could be to do with the auction. Now, at the end of Five Nights at Freddy's 3, as you all know, some of the parts after the fire were actually put into an auction. Yeah. And people were saying that the spotlight is an auction, and Freddy's hat is being auctioned, and now it's being sold, and it's gone. And like we said earlier about items being sold and being placed onto the teaser picture, maybe the next auction item is the cupcake, and they sell it off and then it disappears, and then maybe an actual endoskeleton, for example, could be on the spotlight, and that's going to be sold off. You know, like little hints to show that this is actually an auction or something of the other.
Definitely, because depending on what direction he wants to take it, if he wants to make it later,
exactly,
he could in like a timeline, if you know what I mean, he could have it at like a museum, or if somebody's trying to create, you know how you have the Hard Rock Cafe, how it's got all the rock memorabilia around the place, so someone could be building not like a instead of Fazbear Frights, it would be like somebody's opened up a Freddy diner or something like that, and they've got the old Freddy memorabilia around the wall, but they've perhaps bought some of the animatronics as well, and this is where everything kicks up again. So that would be interesting, because Springtrap is still around, remember? So if somebody has managed to buy Springtrap, then perhaps if they did open a Hard Rock Cafe type Freddy Fazbear establishment, perhaps then we will see shit kicking off again.
Yeah, like I said in another video about ideas for Five Nights at Freddy's 4, it could just do another sequel to Five Nights at Freddy's 3, because like you said, Springtrap's still alive. A new restaurant could buy some of the endoskeletons and parts from the old animatronics, and get Springtrap as well. Maybe update Springtrap so he looks brand new and awesome. A new design for him, and brand new animatronics as well. Like if it's a new restaurant and they don't want to go and back to Freddy and the gang, maybe he'll make brand new animatronics, which would be good, because you know, I know that it's a shame if all the old characters would go, but it would be pretty awesome if Scott was actually allowed to make some more designs of different animatronics again.
It would give the series a nice refreshening up
Yes,
as well,
exactly.
which would be nice. Just to throw it out total left field. Everybody would be expecting Freddy and Foxy, etc., to be coming back. So if you brought in a crocodile or some shit instead, I think that would be pretty good. I think it would still be enjoyable because it's the horror element to it as well, as long as we got some of that juicy backstory as well.
I mean, you could just do it. You could still put them in just as hallucinations, just like I did in Five Nights at Freddy's 3. We could still have pictures of them there.
Definitely.
But I think other animatronics would be awesome to have.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
Do you have any more ideas? I think we've
covered them all. Yeah. Just general hype. I think this is the beginning of things to come. We were talking about this before we started recording, that this hat moving from the picture to leave the spotlight leaves it sort of open for Scott to add extra things either into this image, or it's definitely the start of the teasers for something coming, and I don't think it's the film.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to come on to that. Like we said, Scott doesn't have a lot of involvement in the film, folks. So he wouldn't advertise the film on his game website. He wouldn't do that.
No.
Warner Brothers can do all the advertising for it. So I don't think it's definitely not about the film, folks. I personally think right now it is definitely a Five Nights at Freddy's 4 of some sort, 100%. Yeah. He wouldn't change it without a reason. If he was done with the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise games, he would just leave it there forever. But he's changed it. Why would he do that if he's not going to make a Five Nights at Freddy's 4?
Yeah, definitely. Like Warner Brothers has their huge publicizing team, and like they'll do all their marketing themselves, and as you just said, like it's scottgames.com, not scottgames/movies.com. So exactly. I'm getting hyped. I'm getting that early Five Nights at Freddy's 4 hype going.
Yeah. Me and Raz were predicting another teaser. We estimated he's not going to release one straight away, because he still wants to keep the hype in. It's just early days at the moment, folks. Just like he did with the other Five Nights at Freddy's games, he didn't release the teasers very, very fast after one another. So we'll expect one soon, obviously. We expect it to be much bigger than just the hat disappearing this time. Like we said, these are our ideas of what the next teaser is going to be and what Five Nights at Freddy's 4 is going to be as well.
Yeah, definitely. Let us know what your thoughts and opinions of this picture are down in the comment section below. Maybe you have an idea of what this image could mean and perhaps what the next teaser is.
Yes, exactly. So, yeah, like Raz said, comment section down below what you think it's going to be about Five Nights at Freddy's 4 and what the teaser thinks. If you're on my channel, subscribe to Raz. He's a lovely guy. He does Five Nights at Freddy's just like me, and other games as well. He's an awesome dude.
And exactly the same back to the sweet honey that is Joko. He's a fantastic guy. If you're over my channel, I'm sure you all know him by this point. But not only does he do great gaming videos, but he's just a kind man. Does so much for charity and stuff as well. So he's just an all-round legend.
All right then, guys. Lots of love.
See you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.